the Ten Commandments. And for some reason, I'd read the first commandment, second commandment, third commandment, fifth commandment, sixth commandment, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like the fourth commandment, I went past it. I couldn't see it. It was staring at me right in the eye. I had questions from my own students. Hey, John, what about Sabbath? I said, well, that's what the Jews used to do.
I speak to a man who has a doctor's degree in theology, men with master's degrees in biblical languages, just lay pastors who've been pastors for 40 plus years, and they all unanimously gave me the same answer. If you're looking for a verse in the Bible where God changed the day of Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday, you won't find it. It's not in the Bible. And I asked the question, that's not a problem, why? Yeah. Why is that not a problem? And then they would always go to the early church fathers this, and to the early church that. Is it a sin to fail to keep the day God commanded in the Bible? Because I can't find Sunday. And of course, the first answer I get immediately is, well, in the beginning, the apostles kept every day. They worshiped daily. And I said, that's not my question. That's never been my question. My question is it a sin to fail to worship God on the day He commanded?
The celebration of the Lord's Day, the day of resurrection, is a fundamentally different thing from Sabbath. The Sabbath is the conclusion of the 7 days of creation upon which God rested. So that's Saturday. It's on the Sunday, the first day of the week, which becomes, if you like, the pivotal day for celebration of early Christianity. It's fundamentally different.
By virtue of their exclusion from the synagogue, they began to practice first in homes, in private meetings. The evidence seems to suggest that they practiced primarily on the Saturday Sabbath, as the Jews had continued to do.
This group is persisting as an actual sociological entity or entities that believe that to be really Christian, you also have to follow the Jewish law. We have references to them in the 100s, in the 200s, in the 300s, in the 400s. So something is persisting. And what is the Council of Laodicea? What do they think they're preventing by saying don't commemorate the Sabbath on Saturday? All we know is that there's a boundary that they perceive as not being kept and not being enforced. And so they want to enforce that boundary.
I found that, in fact, it was the Catholic Church, Roman Catholic Church, that claims that they changed the Sabbath. In fact, they go to the extent of saying that they were not given the authority by Jesus, nor the scriptures, but they did it solely because they're the church and they have all of their authority. And then they go on and say that any Protestant who keeps the Sunday Sabbath is actually still part of the Roman Catholic Church and still serves the Pope, because it was the Pope's authority to change it, and the Protestants, showing their ignorance, are still actually serving the Pope and his authority to change it, because it's not found in the Scriptures. And I went, whoa.